We are going to begin the modeling process by looking at how to work with shapes. Shapes can have a wide variety of uses inside of 3ds Max. When used in modeling, these shapes can form the basis of more complex 3D models. We'll begin our introduction to shapes by first identifying the two types of shapes you'll be working with. When drawing shapes, you can easily create open shapes. These are lines in the scene that have no connections at either end. Closed shapes can be created using one of the many shape primitive objects. You can draw a closed shape, or you can use the technique that we use in this chapter and create an outline from an open shape. However you create it, a closed shape is a continuous shape with no visible beginning or ending. Shapes are two-dimensional or three-dimensional spline curves. These curves are made by connecting vertices together with segments, forming a spline. It is the vertex type that determines the shape of the curve at each vertex. There are 4 vertex types when you are working with shapes. The corner vertex type creates a sharp corner condition with a predefined look for the vertex that is dependent on the vertex before it and the vertex after it. This vertex can be used in a situation where you want hard corners, but do not need a curve in or curve out of the vertex. The Bezier corner is similar to the corner vertex in that it creates a sharp or hard corner. The advantage of a Bezier corner is that you are able to adjust control handles to change the shape of the curve as it comes into the vertex and as it leaves the vertex. Bezier corner handles are independent of each other, allowing you to control the shape of the curve on either side of the vertex independently. A Bezier vertex creates a smooth curve through the vertex, and it also provides handles that allow you to edit the shape of the curve as it flows through the vertex. This vertex type will always try to maintain a smooth curve, but you can adjust how loose or tight that curve is depending on your modeling needs. The smooth vertex type also creates a smooth curve as it passes through the vertex. However, a smooth vertex, like a corner vertex type, has no handle to control the curve as it passes through the vertex. This vertex type can be useful when you want to create a flowing curve and don't want to have to manually adjust the handle for each vertex. We're also going to learn the process of cloning objects in 3ds Max, since we're not going to want to destroy the information that's already in our scene. There are already lines that represent the center line of the roadways we'll be creating. We may need those later for animation purposes or for some other purpose. So we will clone those objects to make copies that we can work from. This is something that will be done often when you're working in 3ds Max, and it's a very important concept to learn early on. There are 3 clone types that are available to you in 3ds Max. Each type provides a different functionality and is used for different purposes as you develop your scenes. Copy is the most common method of cloning an object. It creates a completely separate and unique object based on the original. A copy can be edited independently of the original without affecting it. This allows you to make a working copy of an object while maintaining the original in its unedited state. An instance is essentially a live version of the original object placed at a different location in the scene. That means when you edit the original, the instance will change as well. Also, if you edit the instance, the original will change. Instances are useful if you have many of the same objects in a scene. If you edit one, they will all change to reflect the edit. A reference allows you to instance a base level of an object, and then continue editing that object independently of the instance components. For example, we can reference a shape object, and then add a modifier to the reference. If we change the original shape, the referenced shape will also change, and that change will be reflected in whatever modifiers have been added to the reference.